Campbelltown has now been proclaimed a city, for which it has received much recognition. But the recognition of Campbelltown goes back quite some time. In fact, Campbelltown boasts one of the world-famous ghosts of all time. It is here at Fisher's Ghost Creek that the story began about 135 years ago. It appears that a farmer called Frederick Fisher disappeared from Campbelltown and was not seen again, alive. Now, his neighbour, called Worrell, claimed that he'd gone back to England and then proceeded to sell up all his assets. About 4 months later, a man staggered into a pub in Campbelltown and claimed that he'd seen the ghost of Fisher, what he thought was the ghost of Fisher anyway, sitting on the bridge here at Campbelltown. Now, the ghost had pointed down the creek and then faded away. A search a little later by a number of men found the body of Fisher buried just down this creek. Worrell was arrested and subsequently tried and convicted of the murder of Fisher and hanged. But whether it's a true story or not remains to be seen and will always be a mystery to the people of Campbelltown.
The boys all stood around the bar and drank their liquor down. It was at O'Connell's pub one night in Campbelltown, when suddenly John Foley came rushing through the door. I've seen a ghost, Fred Fisher's ghost, to all his mates he swore. Fred Fisher had just disappeared in this mean foul play. No one knew where he had gone or why he went away. And all the boys were silent as Foley told his tale, how Fisher's ghost had stood there leaning on the old slip rail. He stood and pointed to the creek, said Foley with alarm. Pointed to the creek that runs below Fred Fisher's farm. And I could see right through him as down the track I fled. I tell you boys, I've seen his ghost, Fred Fisher must be dead. The story of Fred Fisher's ghost soon spread around the town. And in the dusty street next day the people gathered round. And then young Trooper Leland to Fisher's place did go, and with him went black trackers Jackie Gilbert and Joe. John Foley took them to the spot where Fisher's ghost had stood. Tracker Jackie Gilbert said, I smell a white man's blood. And then the Trooper Leland knew he was on the tread, for he had found a smear of blood upon the old slip rail. The two black trackers searched around to see what they could find. Then they went down to the creek with Leland close behind. Then Gilbert and old Jojo saw marks upon the ground that led them to Fred Fisher's grave beneath the marshy mound. The police found out why Fisher died and how he met his end, and they arrested George Worrell, though he'd been Fisher's friend. When Worrell faced the hangman, a guilty man was he, and he confessed before he died upon the gallows tree. So if you go to Fisher's farm a certain night each year, people up in Campbelltown say Fisher will appear. You'll see his ghost at midnight when eerie shadows creep, just leaning on the old slip rail and pointing